Hi, this is Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Happy Devils Wednesday. This is Devils After Dark. This is Devils After Dark coming to you live from American Whiskey,
baby.
Scotty, you were nodding your head. Was it at me or was it this game?
I was shaking my head no at the terrible refereeing we just
witnessed. I thought that had something to do with my producing skills. I wasn't sure, but
no.
I'll tell you, Scotty, they don't seem too happy here at American Whiskey.
we got a lively crowd on a Wednesday night there at American Whiskey. Woo! They don't like the Rangers, and neither do we.
Yeah, neither do we. I guess they're on the TV right now, but Devils falling in a heartbreaker. You know what, Scotty? I don't even know what to make of it. I really don't know what to make of this
heartbreaker. This was a ball breaker.
I think
right to him,
this win was stolen from us, to be honest with you. Stolen.
Grand larceny. This was Grand Theft Auto Nork. The Nork story.
I'll tell you.
That's what it was.
Gary Bettman goes on all the time. He doesn't understand why NHL fans have conspiracy theories. Tonight is one of them. 3 goals called back. 3
goals.
I don't care if it's legitimate, but it's going through Toronto. How is that fair?
I gotta say, our boy Wyatt's already firing off the one-liners here on the YouTube page. Refs 3, Toronto 2, Devils 1. And after that, Toronto won the game. The Maple Leafs just barely got by.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what happened tonight. Who's pissed? I'm pissed. That sucked. 2 of those goals, I think you can argue, definitely one of them should have counted. The other one, oh, man. And a post as well. A post and 3 disallowed goals is how the Devils' 13-game winning streak comes to a close. We're going to talk all about it right now on Devils After Dark, exclusively on the Let's Go Devils podcast network. Hello to everybody on YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Twitter Live, Twitch, and, of course, everyone hanging out at American Whiskey right across the street from The Rock, post-game style, still enjoying some adult beverages. Make sure you tip your bartenders. Take care of them, and they will take care of you. Let's talk about it. Hey, Martin Rosario, we're not jobbers, though. We may have got jobbed, but we're not jobbers in this league. But anyway, that was supposed to last forever. I'm pissed. That's right, Geeky Gamer family. I'm pissed. That refereeing was not very good tonight. I'll say that. But either way, let's talk about no changes to the lineup. But if you didn't hear, Alexander Holtz and Kevin Ball sent back to the AHL level for some conditioning. Maybe they were expecting to make a roster move elsewise. Maybe they were looking to trade some people that it didn't happen, or maybe they're about to and they're getting or maybe they're getting closer and they feel Holtz and Ball need to have a little conditioning assignment. So we'll see where that entails, but you got to think for this long of a time, it's better to get them playing than sitting in the press box, no matter how good it is to practice with the team. I'm excited that they're getting to play some regular hockey again. But let's talk about this game. First period, this was really kind of the show with the goalies. I mean, once again, someone playing the Devils had to come up huge. We know that's been the case all season long. Matt Murray was quite impressive. But yeah, the Bastion disallowed goal. Man, I don't know. That's a tough one. You're going to say that he impeded Murray. Obviously, their skates clicked at first. It's a subjective call. Devils challenge the play, lose the challenge, and thus
subjective call. It's more of a BS call. I'm going to call it right now. You're being too nice.
Listen, I'm trying to be a little, because the next one I definitely believe should have actually counted as a goal.
Yeah.
I think it was just a screw up on Murray. But either way, I knew as soon as the skates touched and everything like that, I knew there was going to be issues. I had a feeling something bad was going to happen. I was just like, oh, that's the way it's been going this year for Devils and reviewed goals. It hasn't been very good. So, yeah, I was totally expecting that one to get taken back, and it did. The Devils lose their challenge then for the rest of the game. They do kill off the power play that ensued, but we know Tavares got the team on the board, got the Leafs on the board, 1-0 with his 12th of the year. 20 assists going out to Marner at 11:41 of the first period. And then more bad luck for the Devils. Thomas Tatar had an unbelievable tip from Dawson Mercer, who we know those lines got flipped a little bit. Dawson Mercer playing up on the first line, and he puts a centering pass, a backhand centering pass on the net. And I mean, Tatar, it was a knuckle puck going in, and he just kind of just slapped it down there. Puck goes just past Murray, but hits the post and ricochets out. And we know a little bit later on at 14:03, Leafs were applying pressure to the Devs. They couldn't get a breakout pass. Puck gets jumbled up there. And Thomas Tatar again, tries to clear the puck, and it ricochets off one of the Leaf skates, goes right to Holmberg, who's basically on a one-on-one there with Vanacek. And he gets the goal for his first of the season. Kerfoot actually picks up the assist on that. I guess that's who it ricocheted off of. And the Leafs up 2-0. Devils had some power plays, and they didn't look very powerful. I will say that. Special teams may have struggled on the power play side tonight. Brandon Smith, big monster hit, like seeing the beef analytics coming out strong on him, putting Alexander Kerfoot on his caress right there around center ice. Great, big, massive hit by Brandon Smith. Love seeing that. And then, of course, this is when the one happened that I definitely believe should have been a goal. Thomas Tatar and Murray make incidental contact as Tatar is coming around the goal and Murray is skating out there outside the little what's it called? Behind the why can't I think of the word? What's the little Marty thing behind the goal? Whatever the hell it's called. Unmute yourself, Sam Wu.
Yeah, the trapezoid. The trapezoid.
Oh yeah, the damn trapezoid.
Yeah, that another stupid rule from the NHL. The trapezoid.
Don't understand that. We don't understand that in general. But it wasn't malicious. Tatar didn't skate right at him. He kind of tried to get out of the way. Yes, we do not like the Rangers. I thought they were saying referees for a second, because I really don't like the referees from this game.
Neither do I.
And the puck got shot back because Murray was out of position and he hit Tatar. And it, by the way of the rule book, that it either should have been goalie interference or good goal. If it wasn't a penalty, then why was the game stopped and the goal taken off the board then? Because the goalie got in the way of a forward? I don't get that. I don't get that at all, Sam Wu.
Don't get it. And kudos to Bill Spalding on MSG Network trying to explain all this, because I mean, if you try to explain this to a casual fan, they're not going to understand this. It's not that hard. I mean, I think there's a lot.
I got it. Apparently the referees couldn't get it though.
That's
Neither
the
could.
point.
Oh, Toronto. Where do the Maple Leafs play from? Oh, that's right, Toronto. Oh, wow. Amazing how 3 goals went against us tonight. But either way, this one I truly believe should have been a goal. It would have been, unless I would have been pissed if I was on the other side of it, but it would have been like, damn it. It has to be an interference call or it's a good goal. It's incidental contact. You don't stop playing call goals back when forwards or defensemen hit like that. No. Ridiculous, Sam Wu. Grand Theft Auto, the Nork stories were going on tonight at the Prudential Center with those damn referees. We're pissed. We're pissed. 2 goals now called back. Unreal. Man, I'm so upset.
I
Lost my
am.
place. But anyway, the
I'm
Devils.
proud of I'm proud of our boys. I'm proud of the Devils. There's
Of
nothing.
course.
I mean, there are things that are beyond your control. If that's the way the league looks at it, they got to re-examine every single rule in the rule book. I'll say it again, Scotty. Take the kicking rule out completely.
Oh, we're gonna get to that.
Yeah, I mean, we'll debate that after the recap. But
yeah,
go ahead.
But we do have to say the Devils did get some opportunities now, and they were unable to cash in. The Maple Leafs did play them, despite the 3 disallowed goals. The Maple Leafs did play them tough again, much like they did in Toronto. We knew this was going to be a close game because the Leafs just have so many big stars as well that are fast and they can roll with it. So, the Leafs did well. I mean, they really shut the Devils' power play down tonight. I mean, there were a couple of opportunities where you're like, you could feel the crowd. I mean, the crowd just wanted to explode. And when they finally did score, obviously you heard everyone go nuts there late in the third period. But, the power plays were a little lights out, not in a good way. Power off. They really didn't create too much with their power plays. They had a couple there in the second. They did have a big PK late in the second, which was nice. And then they had a penalty that overlapped in the third period, and they didn't really do too much on that. So they did have some opportunities there. So as much as we do want to blame the refs and, think of that way, the Devils did have their opportunities to take it around, turn it around. And for the first time, really, since the very start of the season, they didn't cash in. But got to say, they had some really good opportunities, but Matt Murray just played insane. And thinking of the third period over there, Vanacek started out, with a big save. Thomas Tatar came in and showed the beefalytics with a scrum around the net. I think it was Kerfoot again. I think he kind of knocked over Vitek Vanacek. Love seeing that. Bill Spalding was hitting us with the Devils are 9-0-0 against Canada this season. We're feeling good. Another power play? Nothing. Couldn't get anything going on there. We're actually our best run might have been the BMW line, getting the Leafs pinned in there, but they were 5-on-5. It may have looked like a power play at one point in the third period with the BMW line out there, but that was actually 5-on-5 play. Marino made a nice recovery. John Marino. Oh, who said it? Was it, oh my goodness, with the Tom Fleece-Gerald? How we got John Marino. Yep. John, don't call me Dan, laces out, isotoner gloves, Marino. What a recovery that he made on a little partial Tavares breakaway there. I believe he was shorthanded too, because the Devils just had a golden opportunity. And then they got another one with Eric Halla, and we know how this one happened as well. A third review. And this actually seems to be the one that I thought was I was 100% sure they got wrong, but it seems that they actually got it right. And it's another stupid rule put in with the kicking motion. Now, you can't deny that Halla made a kicking motion here. However, he was obviously trying to kick the puck towards his stick, which was away from the goal. He was trying to pass it to himself like that, which is legal, and the puck deflects off of the Leafs defenseman's skate. It never makes it to his stick. It deflects off of the Leafs defenseman's skate and completely changes course. Captain Kirk set a course completely different from where we're going right now. Okay? That is what happened with that puck. It's going this way, and then it goes that way. And that was because of the Leafs defenseman. Somehow this doesn't count. The rule technically states, and thank you, Bill Spalding, again, that even if it deflects, if it's kicked and then it deflects off an opposing player's skate, it is a no good goal, which I think is just absolutely crazy. I know I have thrown out there my suggestion is if your skate is on the ice. If your skate is on the ice, you should be allowed to deflect the goal. This, I'm thinking, it's just puck luck. This is puck luck. It's a deflected shot. It's like an own goal. Ridiculous. obviously all the fans in New Jersey thought the same thing too, because I will say, come on, guys, don't do that. Don't throw things on the ice. But I was right there with you because I was furious. I threw my pen and my notebook across the room. I'm not going to lie. Winston's barking at the TV. We're going crazy over here. That is one of the stupidest rules I have ever heard. They need to really look at those kicking motions, and not because the Devils have been robbed for about 5 or 6 goals now, I feel like, this season. And it's probably like 3 or 4 maybe, but I will exaggerate. It's been like 13 goals they've gotten taken away, Sam Wu, right? We're gonna just go with 13, right? That's our lucky number.
A gajillion.
But
that's the number I'm putting. Yeah,
but Devils fans, you made it like Woodstock 99 in there and started throwing some stuff on the ice, which isn't good. It's not good.
I'll comment that after the recap, Scotty.
It's listen, I was right there in your frustration though. But you never want to throw it because you never want to injure. Don't throw any Wawa or quick check subs on the ice. That's not good. All right.
Look who just came in. Look who just came in. A bunch of Leafs fans.
No, that's not good. That's not good for them. No, just kidding, Leafs fans.
It's all in good fun. It's all in good fun.
Yeah. I think our anger was towards the refs, not the Leafs fans tonight, actually.
Yeah.
But that's some heckling I think you can always expect when you go into an opposing town team's bar after a victory, Yeah. No, but it's all in good fun. Devils fans were mad at the refs. They weren't mad at the Leafs. They weren't mad at the Devils. They were mad at the refs for making what they thought was 3 blown calls, all on goals. On goals, Sam Wu. Now, apparently, that is actually the correct call. It's the one that actually makes the most sense by the way the rule is written. I'll give you that, but I just think those kicking, motion rules need to be looked at and adjusted in the offseason. It's like hockey's...
I'll be honest with you. I think some of these things need to be clarified now, but we'll go over that a little bit later. Don't let me interrupt you. It's a
very, very subjective gray area that you're getting into right here. I believe that the puck was put in by the Leafs defenseman. It should be an own goal.
Yeah.
It shouldn't matter otherwise, because obviously Holla wasn't even trying to kick it towards the net. He was trying to kick it towards his stick, which was away from the damn net. Oh, man. See, I'm going to get mad. See, I'm going to get mad, too. So even though we will say, don't throw things on the ice, not going to lie, I was right there with you. Because I threw my notebook across the room. But I'm a bad example. That's why they shipped me out, 2,000 plus miles away from the arena. They're like, you must go to California, Scotty, because you get too emotional when you're watching Devils games. But yeah, that one was got under everyone's skin, so a little bit of a delay there, getting the ice cleaned up and everything like that. Zetterlund now. So we talked about the line changes, Dawson Mercer moving up, Zetterlund moving down. Nice to see the chemistry really coming here with Zetterlund and Sharon Govich. Thought we were going to get the Aussie call there for this one because Zetterlund made a nice pass behind the net to Sharon Govich, who made a beautiful feed, centering right to Dougie Hamilton, who was in the middle, trying to do the redirect tip, and it just goes wide. Oh, what a beautiful setup that was. Oh, wait, that was the goal, wasn't it? What am I talking about? That was the goal. I'm thinking of the Brat Rush later on. Son of a bitch, Sam Wu. I'm all confused all over the place. That was the goal. 2-1 Devils. The crowd erupts at that point. Dougie didn't miss the net. He got it in on that tip. I'm getting so confused and so angry. I'm turning into Mr. Furious from Mystery Men. I get so angry I just can't do anything. Well, I'm an idiot. I'm sure I'll read about that in the YouTube chat over there. So Dougie gets his 6th from Sharon Govich. We can do the Aussie call. Sharon! From Zetterlund, his 7th at 14:52 of the third. Then you heard the crowd erupt. Then you get the Jesper Bratt rush a little later than I was thinking of, that he went around the net on. Eventually, you thought he was going to make a pass, and he ended up going around the net, feeding it in the front. That was the missed opportunity. Excuse me, I suck. Devils end up holding Vanacek. It's the first time all season they actually pulled their goalie at the end of the game. They got some great opportunities there, but again, Matt Murray, no surprise that he's the number one star of the night, made some more ridiculous saves to close it out for the Leafs. 2-1, probably should have been 3-2 Devils, but hey, who are we? We're just fans reading the rule book as it's stated. Either way, 3 stars. Matt Murray, Dougie Hamilton gets the second. Jonas Siegenthaler gets the third. Shots on goal for the Devils, 5-16. And by the way, the Devils came out slow in the first, but they turned it on in the second and the third. 5-16-14 for a total of a Slayer reigning blood tribute. Raining pucks from the Devils on the ice.
Raining beer.
Raining beer at American Whiskey. 35 shots on goal. They had the face-off advantage, 59% to 41. Devils were 0 for 3 on their power play, like we said. They got a couple of opportunities they couldn't cash in on. They were solid on the PK. The Leafs were 0 for 4. 15 hits to 9, so at least they out-hit the old Leafs there. 11 blocks. The Leafs had 21 blocks. They were cutting down on a lot of those shots that the Devils have been used to getting through in those lanes. Only 3 giveaways, only 2 takeaways. Tight game all around. The winning streak comes to an end there at 13 games. Give your boys a round of applause. This has only happened a few times in the history of the NHL. And your 2022-23 New Jersey Hockey Devils are one of those teams. One of the last ones to do it was your 2001 New Jersey Hockey Devils, who I've gone on record many times thinking, even though they lost the Stanley Cup in 7 games, was the best team this franchise ever had that year. Just with the scoring power from Eliash and Sikora. You got McGinley there on your second line. I mean, it was just a ridiculous year. Gomez, man, they were unreal. And they still play defense with Stevens and Niedermeyer and Danik. I mean, that team. So that's what this team is trying to catch and model themselves after. All except the point of, just winning. They want to win that game 7 this time. Maybe they will. But the streak comes to an end. But give them a round of applause. A 13-game heater by your New Jersey Devils. I don't think anyone would have ever expected that coming into this season. They did a hell of a job. They played like animals. And they supported themselves. And you know what? They probably should have won this game as well. If you really want to look at, the rule book and stuff like that, they should at least be in overtime. So,
yeah.
Whatever. Thanks, refs in Toronto, for the Maple Leafs game. Either way, Sam Wu, before we get to everyone on YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Twitter Live, Twitch, and a big horns up to everybody at American Whiskey, what did you think of this game?
Scotty, there are a multiple. I felt like I was a lawyer tonight, looking at the rule books. I felt like it was attorney night where, no offense to any attorneys out there, you guys always spoil the party. And that's what happened. You're basing on technicalities, a lot of these rules. And I told people, when the third goal was called back, I said, you know what, you might as well start throwing stuff out on the ice. Now, should we condone that? Probably not. But the problem is these mistakes keep on happening with the league. These rules don't promote the game. It confuses the casual fan that's watching the game. And you know what? Yeah. They got to fix it. And they don't listen. So this is what happens. The third time around, people are chucking beers. You don't want to see anybody get hurt. But a message was sent. Fix these rules. I think the kicking motion rule should be eliminated again. You want to get more scoring in the NHL? That's what the NHL wants to do. You put a stupid trapezoid behind the goal, the goaltender behind the net, but you can't change a couple rules to get more scoring. It's unbelievable. The NHL is so stale. They don't evolve. It's like the good old boys club, and that's the way it is. And the optics don't even look good when it goes to Toronto, when you're playing Toronto at home. That the decisions are made in the city, and is it biased? Is it fixed? No, I'm not saying that. But just the optics just look terrible. And that's why fans threw beer out on the ice, right? They're mad. They're mad. But I think there's a bigger underlying problem with the league is they just don't evolve and fix things quickly, okay? You try to take a casual fan first time to a Devils game, and they get excited for that goal because you got excited, and it was a penalty, but it's overcomplicated. You got to simplify the game if you want to grow the game. Now, that's the NHL. The Devils, at times they got outplayed. As soon as Toronto got the lead, they played the trap. They sat back. They tried to force New Jersey to a different game. But you got to give New Jersey credit, the Devils credit. They came back. They kept fighting.
Yes.
They kept fighting and fighting.
Second and third period, they dominated. They dominated the second and third period.
And it was New Jersey Devils versus everybody. That's what I got out of it. And the boys did not quit, get down on themselves. And we are not about for moral victories here on the Let's Go Devils podcast, Devils After Dark. This is not a moral victory, but that's a winning team. They kept to the end. They tried to get that equalizer. Some days you're going to get it, some days you're not. It's just the way it is. I wouldn't blame the refs or Toronto on this. I kind of blame the NHL for not fixing these rules to begin with. It's too complex. They got to fix it, and you can't grow the game when you have to act like an attorney and look at Rule 42B or whatever Bill Spaulding said. You got to clean that up because otherwise you're going to see more of that. Beer's on the ice, and no one's going to understand it. And that's that. And Gary Bettman wants to know why there's conspiracy theories amongst NHL fans. That's why. You didn't clean up the rules.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think also, I mean, listen, I'm pissed. I'm pissed. You like this, the whole, everything got me so worked up watching this game.
To me, it's not about the loss. To me, it's not about the loss. It's just how the game was officiated. It's everything.
Yeah, it's just bad. I mean, it's very frustrating. You have a team that's on a historic run, and you know they get 3 goals called back, and really 2 of the 3. It's very frustrating. You know. The only, the positives that you can take about this is, A, what's up, everybody? American Whiskey. Look at yourself on the camera. There you go. Woo! The positives are that the Devils dominated the second and the third period.
They did.
I think our boy Eric put this on the YouTube page. The Devils, the Maple Leafs didn't win. The Devils ran out of time. And you could see there was no quit in this team. And they were like pushing right there in those final 5. Man, that crowd pumped up after the goal, and you could just hear the intensity. Everyone was on their feet. Like it was just they were ready for another one. And if the Devils had maybe if they scored that goal with like 7 minutes to go or 8 minutes to go instead of 5 minutes to go, it might be a different story. Or that goal in the second period off the goaltender would have counted. But either way, proud of the guys for putting together such a hot streak, for getting their name out there. Everywhere I've been going, I've been hearing New Jersey Devils talked about like in the mainstream. When's the last time that's happened? You see them at the top of sport, and I'm like, what? Van Pelt is talking about the New Jersey Devils?
2003. That's probably the last
right. I'm listening to the sports talk radio stations and Sirius XM, and I hear people calling in about like the Devil streak, and they're talking hockey when usually it's just like football and that's it. They've done a lot just to put themselves back on the map again and put hockey back on the map and show what a great game that they are out there playing. It's, again, you blink and you miss these games. They are so fast. They move by with such a pace, and it's fun. It's fun hockey to watch. Even in this loss and in the frustration, you could see how every fan in the arena was just eating up every minute of it. I know I was on the edge of my seat watching here at home. So I know just looking at the comments here on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube that you guys all were as well. Yeah. So, I mean, we're back. I feel like there's a connection with this team, which is one of the positives in this streak stopping. Now, this doesn't mean we can't get another one going. It's not like they played horrible tonight. When we look at it, like we said, they probably should have won this game 3-2, you know?
Yeah.
So, it's not like they played bad. They struggled in the first, second, and third. They dominated. They didn't have any luck on those power plays, though. The power play, the 5-on-5 play, I got to say, now that I'm thinking back on with, Captain Hindsight goggles over here, it was just really the power play that they couldn't really get set up and get going. And those were those opportunities that they didn't, for the first time in a very, very long time this season, probably since like the second game, that they weren't able to take advantage when they came up. It seemed like that third period, if they just had like an extra 2 or 3 minutes, I feel like they were going to score.
Yeah.
I really do. I feel like they were working the puck. They were working the Leafs. The Leafs were going, like you said, going into like a prevent mode. They were just trying to hold off there. They just had a little more time.
Just a little bit more time. And you know what? You win some, you lose some. The winning streak ends at 13. I'm not unhappy with the team. I really am not.
No.
Toronto's a very good team, by the way. They are a very good team.
Yeah. Yeah, they are.
And they came out to win, and they did. Matt Murray still had to stand on his head at times.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
and they blocked 21 shots, too. Don't forget about that. They played good defense. They got in the lanes. They sacrificed. They went down there. The Leafs didn't play bad, but I would, say the Devils actually played a little better.
Yep.
Thanks, refs.
I had to clean up some spam in the YouTube live chat.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Is our friend back?
No, 69 Mega's cousin is now in there.
Oh, 69 Mega's cousin.
Yeah. The online cousin. 69 online.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
69 Mega didn't come into the chat room because he knew the Devils got hosed and felt bad for us.
I think they did on 2 of them.
Yeah.
I could see, though, on that first one when the skates clicked, I knew there was going to be an issue. The second, so I'll say one of the 3. That second one definitely should have counted with the Tatar Murray incidental contact. That happens. Murray messed up. That's what happened.
Yeah.
So that one should have counted, in my opinion. I can see the arguments on the first one and the third one, especially because that's what the stupid rule is. That it can't deflect, even if it is. So why that is the rule, I have no idea. Like Sam Wu said, NHL needs to take a deep dive, look in the rule book with this. Why do we all have to be lawyers to be able to know this freaking rule? It's ridiculous.
Again, it's kind of like when you overcomplicate the game, you can't grow it. You got to simplify it. A little kicking motion never hurt anybody. It's not like a dangerous play. It's not like a headhunting play. And you know what? Why don't we just run with it? Is it really changing the fundamental parts of the game? Does it really need to go off of a blade? I mean, pucks go off of people's hips, jaws, whatever, into the net. It happens.
Yeah, I don't know. And Josh is here too. And goal 2 is disallowed because they said the rules said that it should have been a goal. Then goal 3 called back because of it's I don't know.
Well, Angelo says Catherine Bogart read the rules and they were legitimately called off. Well, maybe, but at the same time,
I don't think the second one.
The Devils are part of the NHL.
It should have been it should have been a penalty then. If it wasn't, then it should have just been incidental contact. So, I don't know. I'll go with the first and the third one. Like I said, as soon as I saw Bastion's skate hit, got it. Okay, I see where the issue's going to be. And then the third one, the way it is with the deflecting,
I can't
litigation
believe,
put in there, it's ridiculous, man.
I still can't believe this is the NHL that changes rules because they want more scoring. but they have this crap.
That's what I said. You want more skating. I mean, more scoring. So if the skate is on the ice, it's fine. If you kick it, and it wasn't a kick towards the goal, it was a kick pass, which you're allowed to do.
I mean,
That's
it's not the
illegal
first
play.
time the Devils have been burnt by this kicking motion. Scott Gomez, Game 6, 2001, Stanley Cup Finals, would have been a 1-0 game. Back in those days, you had a 1-0 lead. That's a pretty good chance you're going to win. Call back. Was it distinct? It's subjective. It's subjective to the people that are looking at the replay. And guess what? It happens to be in Toronto.
Yeah. Why wasn't the Tatar call a penalty? It's got to be one or the other. We just don't want to give you a goal. It doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
And the redirect because, again, Tatar was trying to pass it to himself. He wasn't. I could see if he was actually kicking it towards the goal or something like that. But he literally was kicking it the opposite direction of the net towards his stick.
Yeah.
Ridiculous, dude.
Wow. Thanks for giving us a happy Thanksgiving, NHL.
Yeah.
Jerks.
I feel like we're getting the turkey or whatever from Christmas Vacation, with the little steam thing coming out.
Yeah,
Steam ball.
I understand the rules. I understand the technicalities and all that. But again, when it comes to the game, the flow.
We don't need no stinking rules.
Sorry,
Dave Singer.
Anyway, that's just me. What do I know?
It's fine. It's only one game. We knew we were going to lose at some point. It kind of sucks that it's, it seems like we should have at least been tied and going into overtime with an opportunity and a team that does really well in those 3-on-3 situations. But either way, it is what it is. The Devils have still been dominating through this first 20 games of the season. Think about us last year, okay? We went. How many wins do we have now, Sam Wu? I gotta look
17?
and just see.
17.
We got 7. Or we got 17-4?
No, 16. 16 wins.
16-4. We probably didn't win our 16th game until January or February last year. It's only November.
I don't
and
need
we already have
victories.
wins.
I wanted this victory tonight before Thanksgiving.
I wanted this victory as well. But listen. If you told me at the start of the season, after the first 20 games, the Devils are going to be 16-4, I would say, where do I sign my name for that? Yes,
that is
put
true.
Me down for that. Can I pre-order that? Can I put a down payment on that, please?
Yeah.
Can I buy stock in that with my Woo Bucks?
Well, you know what?
That's what I'd be saying.
It was really the NHL. There's just too much winning going on in New Jersey. We need to have a competitive balance in the Metropolitan Division. So we're going to take a couple goals today.
Apparently, but it's not the end of the world. Like we said, Toronto's a good team. They're 11-5 on the season. They're just behind Boston, over there in the Atlantic. Devils are still up on the Islanders by 6 points. And the Islanders played one more game than them already. They got 21 games already underneath their belt. They're ahead of the Rangers by 8. Rangers play 20 as well. So these are all good signs. It sucks that the refs screwed us over, but that doesn't mean we can't start another streak with Buffalo on Friday night, which I hope we do. Because then we got the Capitals. If you were watching the game, they were talking about we got some divisional opponents finally coming up over here. It's been a while, so we're going to get some of those grinding games that are going to be always a lot of fun with the rivalries.
Yeah.
So we're going to be excited to get to that.
The Capitals is the big one. The pressure's off right now. Now, okay, they're going to fly up to Buffalo. They're going to be spending Thanksgiving together, the coaches,
And then we got
players.
the Rangers right after that.
Yeah, so, all right, well, I hate to
Then Nashville, but then Philly again.
Yeah.
So we got some interdivision games coming up here that it would be wonderful to start a new streak right there.
Yeah.
Start with Buffalo.
I'm just going to write off this loss as, it's like on your taxes. This is a nice write-off. It's like, okay.
This is
price of doing business.
This was a referee.
Yeah.
They should at least they should at least got a point tonight because that one goal should have counted.
Yep.
And it should have been at least 2-2 going into OT.
Yeah. I'm going to listen to Catherine Bogart and listen to her reasoning on why all these goals were legitimate. It's what one person said in the YouTube live.
It's the second one. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. I can, like I said, I can see the arguments on the third one, especially with the language in the rules in the first one.
We need to get somebody from the rules committee to actually. We should get them on the podcast and explain.
I wonder what Chico Resch thinks of these rules. I'd love to hear what Chico's opinion on some of these rules are right now.
Hey,
Chico would be on fire. He would be in fuego right now if he was on the podcast talking about what just happened.
We'd be here to 3 a.m. and he'd still go on. As long as you're saying.
We love Chico.
Yeah, we love Chico Resch.
Well, let's get to our great score predictions here that we've been doing all season long, brought to you by betstamp.app. It is you versus Woo. You can play along with us whenever you want, as long as you gamble responsibly. So let's get to it. The very handsome man who hosts Game Day Live, his name is Vinny Parisi. What score prediction did he have, Sam Wu?
3-2 Devils. So you got one of them right.
You got one of them right, and probably should have had the second one right as well. Thanks, refs. And what did you have, Sam Wu?
I had 5-3 Devils.
5-3 Devils. Okay.
So I was actually close. I was actually close because had they had those 3 goals, they would have got an empty netter and it would have pushed to 5. So, but I got home.
Sam Wu drops. Sam Wu drops to 113-6 on the season for his score predictions. What can you do? Devils lose. The winning streak comes to an end, but man, what a magical run it has been through this early part of the season and has really set our boys up for success to come on later this year. Let's see them start another one. Let's see them come out, not have a little winning streak hangover this Friday after they ate some Thanksgiving dinners and everything like that. They don't got a far trip, just got to go to Buffalo. Then they're right back here at the Rock for Saturday against the Washington Capitals. Looking forward to seeing everybody filling those seats at the arena and making it an amazing place to play. Thank you again, everyone on YouTube Live. Oh, Facebook Live, Twitter Live.
Sorry about that.
Sam Wu's cutting me off. He said I'm saying too many words. I'm racking up too many Woo bucks right now. He's like, sing so I can dock you a little bit.
Yeah.
I'll turn it over to you, Sam, for the final goodbye.
Want to thank all those stopping by American Whiskey. Want to thank Peyton.
Woo!
All the bartenders. Make sure you tip all your bartenders. We'll be back for Saturday at American Whiskey. Till next time, let's go Devils.